time to continue our journey to Libra Soul. Last night I played a little bit around with some of the other things, the Soul Chronicle, a bit of character creation, some training mode and stuff, figured out what my own how to activate Soul Charge and other things that I was missing, so now we're going to continue with Kain. Interesting thing happened too as I was playing through the Soul Chronicle story. First of all, it's been saying for a bit that various missions unlocked in the Soul Chronicle or library things, secret missions, and that's just basically storyline telling where I encountered the regular characters, which was pretty interesting. But more interesting was when I was playing through the main storyline and Keelik was training with Edgemaster. This mysterious soul came to challenge him, and question mark character, when the game loaded, it was Kain, who I've created here for my Soul Chronicle. So that was really interesting. Sad that I had to beat up my own character, but on the other hand, it was pretty cool that I got to, you know, that he became a featured element of that part of the game. That was really neat. So okay, so let's see. Interesting. Now there used to be a head. Aha, there is still. Okay, so this is why I wonder if there's like, is there anywhere else on the map that has that head? That's why I'm interested in that area, because, okay, there's a couple here. There's this one, which is way too far away to get to now, of course. 20,000 gold just across the Himalayas. That I can ignore those, but I have to go to other places. But, so do those heads mean that, like, is there like a mercenary to pick up or another companion character to join or something? Because I haven't seen anything of that yet. So I'd like to do that eventually, but it looks like it's like level 16. I don't want to do that yet, so we're going to hold off for now. The nice thing is it doesn't cost anything to travel between places, so when I'm ready to visit some of these other things, I can do it from the nearest place. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do some of these other low-level ones. Right here to the Malay Peninsula. We're going to explore here. In Search of Strength is level 11, 690 gold. How much is that, by the way? It's only level 10, and it's 1200. That's a little bit expensive, but I think I'll grab both of those and check them out, because they're about my level. Okay, again, I'm not getting nearly as much money as I'm spending, sadly. A worthy opponent waited me at the end of my journey. With our pride as warriors at stake, we began our battle. So I'm essentially trading gold for experience at this point.
Battle 1. Fight! Battle 2. Fight! In your body.
Okay, up to level 11 now. I got some fermented tea and a Hoshin Nunchuck as well. Oh, that's good alarm. Wow. That's interesting. Okay, let's continue the expedition. That's another 960 gold, so that'll drop me down to 3,000. Hopefully that'll be pretty expensive though.
Stands in your way.
So we're attacked by pirates or something here. A bandit leapt out of nowhere to block my path. I had no choice but to fight. Oh, I didn't read what that special condition is. There's something about help. Ah, one deadly blow. Okay. guts, or second wind, they call that. There's 300 gold. Oh, as well as a good aligned exorcism dual blade sword. Alright, more areas. Capture the clothes thieves. The Moluccas were famous for their fragrant clothes, which are sometimes used to ward off demons. A clove merchant in one of the island's ports had a request for me. Opponents move more quickly, but they start the battle with a reduced guard gauge. Defeat them all. Okay. And they're just level 10. And the Yoshimitsu. And a Samuna skill. Pretty weak weapon overall. I took on a request from a merchant at the dock to drive away any thieves who aimed to steal a shipment of clothes. At dawn, I was waiting on the deck of a ship loaded with cargo when I noticed a group of shifty people on the pier. As I stepped onto the dock, the thieves suddenly attacked. Because, of course, this is the universe of Soulcalibur. Nobody solves their problems peacefully by talking.
Too good. Try again.
It'd be nice if we could sell some of this stuff. I questioned the thieves about their employer. It seemed to be a person working for the merchant who hired me. The merchant was delighted and gave me a great deal of expensive spices. Okay, so I recovered a small amount of gold, got a decent amount of experience from all that. Some high quality clothes, whatever those do. Let's see. I don't think I really want to continue my expedition for now. That'd be 2,000 for bounty for scoundrels. I want to go to there first. I think we'll go back to that. I don't think I want to do it quite yet though. Bounty for scoundrels 13, in search of strength. None shall forget. She's Mercy Clan Tournament. Oh, that's interesting. That sounds like it's great fun. Well, we will, well, we're gonna do the expedition. Let's go ahead and continue the story. Rumors from Yangguang. We stepped off at a village along our way, hoping to find some information on Yangguang and gather supplies. Welcome, welcome. You do not look well at all, Kain. Eat heartily, get some fire in your belly. Who knows what awaits us on the road ahead? A true warrior must be fully prepared to fight at all times. So in other words, I won't complain if you want to order a feast. We intend to go to Yangguang, but we heard things are rough there. Do you know anything? At the mention of Yangguang, the shopkeeper's smile slipped. I hear that things there are quite bad. A number of people were attacked, and when they caught the culprit, it turned out to be one of the townspeople gone mad. Soon, more and more people began acting strangely. The killings resumed, and the bodies began to pile up. That was when the panic started. You wouldn't think it now, but it used to be the most prosperous town in the area. Some of its residents have even fled here to our tiny hamlet. It was worse than I had expected. Was the astral fissure responsible? My fear for Howron's safety grew steadily stronger. I tried to reassure myself that he was capable of looking after himself. I hear the area around Yangguang is teeming with mad townsfolk who butcher anyone they can find. I say this for your own safety. Turn back. Your concern is appreciated, but my friend here has no intention of turning tail. Isn't that right? I nodded to the grinning Mitsurugi, but unease swelled in my stomach. The sharp pains in my head showed no sign of letting up either. He has come, just as I expected. Because of the astral fissure, I assume. How should we respond? It is too soon to act. Stay your hand. He may be Aswell's creature, and you say we should merely stand by? You disapprove of my decision? Tracking Aswell is our priority. Besides, he seems to be heading to Yangguan. We can assess the threat there. Understood. Very well. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit this place first. Murderer. Can't use the shopper recruitment agency for a little while. Are you okay? You look terrible. Well, Yangguang isn't much further. We can rest when you get there. What's that? Oh! The man was running toward us from the direction of the town. He seemed to be terrified. He's gonna kill me! Help! I don't want to die! A dark figure appeared behind the man, moving with preternatural speed. In the blink of an eye, the figure mercilessly struck down the defenseless man. Then the dark figure noticed us. Waves of fury and bloodlust sent a sickening chill down my spine. Without hesitation, I readied my weapon. And that's when I realized it was Howron. Something was very wrong. His eyes glowed like embers, and his face was twisted into a menacing snarl. Blood covered his tattered clothes, barely concealing bulging muscles which looked more like those of a monster than a well-trained fighter. There was no trace of Howron's calm demeanor and steady smile, but it was, without a doubt, him. His voice was a bestial growl. A mad grin broke across his face as he licked the blood from his weapon. He stared at me for a long moment, then turned and ran toward Yangguang. So that's one of the bad townsfolk, huh? Vicious. The man Howron murdered lay still before me. I couldn't believe what I'd just seen. What's wrong? Still in shock, I explained everything to Mitsurugi. I see. As a friend, you wish to help me, right? That may not be possible. I have fought many a warrior in my time, so I can tell. He gloried in that kill. If he's that far gone, I doubt we'll be able to reason with him. He might be beyond our help. What had happened to Howron? I thought back to what Sasselmel had told me. Any malfested lose all sense of reason, become violent, and attack people. Astral fissures exude a massive amount of force that will either destroy anyone weak who dares approach it, or turn them into a malfested. It was likely that Howron had been transformed into a malfested by the astral fissure in Yangguang. ... While I stood there lost in thought, a young man appeared and approached us. Excuse me, do you know my brother by any chance? He must have been talking about Howron. Looking closer, I saw that the young man had the look of a martial artist to him. My name is Hao Yu. That murderer, Howron, he's my brother. Hao Yu knelt down next to the corpse of the man from town. He's become something terrible. After a silent prayer, Hao Yu slowly stood up. Yangguang is fraught with danger. Come with me. I tried, but I could not help Howron, so I have a favor I need to ask of you. Judging by his stride, Hao Yu was injured. Nevertheless, he appeared filled with determination. Please forgive me for interrupting your journey. I asked him what had happened to Howron. After my brother returned from his journey, how can I explain it? It all began when he volunteered to inspect an unusual rift that had appeared. Apparently he'd seen something similar on his travels. That was where everything started to go wrong. With each passing day, my brother began acting stranger and stranger. He started to speak crudely and grew needlessly violent. Then one day he just left. We trained together all the time, but I was too scared to do anything at first. After that, well, you saw it for yourself. He became a monster. Soon many others became like Howron, and they began slaughtering each other. However, none could match my brother's martial prowess. I never thought I'd see us trained and used for such evil. After a short while, we all fell silent. Then Hao Yu looked at me, his eyes filled with determination. I practically worshipped my brother. He was always so noble, kind, and strong. He would help anybody who needed it without hesitation. That's why I wish to stop him now. I beg you, kill him, end his suffering. Hao Yu's injury was no doubt affecting his ability to fight, but his will remained strong. I searched hard for another way, be it through medicine, magic, anything, but every road led to failure, and nothing I could do helped. None in Yangguang who suffered the same fate as my brother could be brought back either. Hao Yu's expression was filled with pain, but his grim acceptance of the situation only served to emphasize the strength of his resolve. There may still be a way. In Lingshangsu, where my brother and I studied, people spoke of a legendary old man who may know how to resist this evil. But the stories about him were always vague, and besides, it would take many a day simply to reach the temple. None of this is easy for me. However, if nothing is done, Yangguang will become a ghost town. My brother's sins are already too many. If he were in my position, he'd do the same thing. Haya's voice trembled slightly when he spoke. Thank you again for agreeing to help. It must be fate for an acquaintance of my brother to show up during these dark times. For eyes so young, they seemed filled with exceptional resolve. I knew that I too would have to prepare myself for what lay ahead. Decisions. Haya had made up his mind. Now it was my turn. Howron had fallen victim to malfestation. I had to decide what to do. You have reduced health and your opponent has increased attack power. Defeat them. Oh boy. Alright, let's get some... I thought I had more of some of those other things. Auto guard impact. That sounds kind of nice. I'm gonna recover health on our follow-up hit. That sounds good. Haya led us into the forest where he said we would find Howdon. Here, this is where my brother and I used to train. The forest was eerily quiet. However, I could feel unfriendly eyes following our every move. You came. Howdon stepped out of the shadows. Draw your weapon. I thirst for blood. Howdon breathed erratically like a possessed beast, and his eyes were filled with an insatiable bloodlust. He was ready to attack at any moment. Howdon, stop all this already, please! Haya, give it up. You cannot stop me. I was both shocked and sad to see what Howdon would become. I asked him how a warrior like him could lose control like this, and he froze. I may have looked like a decent human being, but I always knew I was not so. The dark shadow dwelled in my heart. I wanted to become like this, to crave the sight of blood, to know the ecstasy of tearing into flesh. These were the ravings of a madman. I trained my body and mind to keep the darkness within from escaping. But the stronger I became, the stronger the conflict within me grew. Why did I seek strength? Why? Why? I knew why. Howdon readied his weapon, then let out a terrifying howl. Do you think yourself a true warrior? Then prove it to me. Show me the darkness that lurks inside you.
Battle 1. Fight! Do this! Showdown!
That was pretty tough. Looks like it's about time to start doing some of the side quests for experience. Howron lay on the floor, defeated. My head throbbed and the world spun. I wasn't sure if it was because of the adrenaline or the influence of the astral chaos. I had to decide what to do about Howron. With a sharp rap to the head, I knocked Howron out. Howron! Despite everything, I couldn't bring myself to kill him. Kain. As long as there was hope, I had to try to save him. Carrying the unconscious Howron, we made our way to Haoyu's retreat. That's one of those evil things that you can almost, instead of doing, I guess you could say, a deal. The road to Ling Shengsu is long. We should prepare well. This fool could go wild again at any moment. Perhaps we should tie him up. Haoyu helped me prepare for the journey ahead. Even Mitsurugi did his part. I left the retreat to find horses. My head throbbing with pain, I thought about Yangguang. Heading to Ling Shengsu meant giving up on the astral fissure. Suddenly I heard a voice behind me. What do you intend to do with the outsider? A man dressed in black was standing within striking distance. I hadn't even noticed him approach. Perhaps you don't have anything to do with... Never mind. You must have taken leave of your senses to attempt to help an outsider. That thing is no longer human and its mind is not its own. How do you plan on traveling in company with the rabid beast? ... Let us make a deal. I have medicine that will temporarily suppress the evil gnawing at the heart of this outsider. It is yours, if you agree to meet me at a place of my choosing after you finish your task. Interesting. I'm going to agree for now. Very good. However, I must warn you that if you renege, the price you pay will be great indeed. We'll be watching you. When you have done what you must do, head west to Crow Reina. You'll find a ruined castle. What you seek lies there. Oh, and come alone. Do you not understand that you are but one of many who seek it? Make haste. With those final words, the man simply vanished. You can now employ the services of Yangguang's recruitment agency. There you'll find a wide selection of mercenaries who hire for gold. To run into a difficult mission, consider employing the services of a mercenary. Mercenaries are NPCs that help you on missions. Contract mercenary will find a place in the player for one mission. Select the mission of the mercenary, and select the character you wish to use. You'll fight your opponent before you, and if they win, you leave the mission. If you lose, you'll have to fight alone. Supply mercenaries with the weapons and food you have collected. This lets you put weapons that don't match your style to good use. They can all be equipped with this mile, and they're equipped with weapons. Okay. 5 runes. Okay, let's start doing things. The intrepid merchant, Thomas the Sincere. Thomas didn't seem like the brightest firework in the sky, so it hardly came as a surprise to learn that he had gotten in trouble in the Ming Empire. Oh dear, and no money for this either, just only kicks are effective to defeat our opponent's spell. That's what we call. This is not the right style for that. Nutmeg, cardamom, ginger, turmeric. Okay. Well, whatever. Let's get it over with. The Ming Empire was known far and wide as the center of trade. Once at the height of its wealth and power, it even built a great fleet that sailed as far as Africa. However, the empire was now a shadow of its former glory. Its once bustling harbors now lay still and silent. Get your hands off of me! I haven't smuggled anything! I recognized that voice. It was that of Thomas, the merchant. I'm going to need to see some proof. If you could give me a little something to show me you mean well, then maybe I won't arrest you. Give you something? Ah, you want me to bribe you? Keep your voice down, you idiot! The guards bound Thomas and began to beat him with the butts of their spears. I had to stop them. Because I'm a sucker who helps all the misfortunate, even the idiots who bring it upon themselves. Rah! The mighty kicks.
You dare!
One of the reasons why my kicks aren't very effective force is because this is a stance with short kicks already. Geralt's a kind of a big guy, so the reach of his kicks is naturally not that bad. Since I have a shorter character, my shorter reach, kicks especially, are off.
Not over! What's that? Have a taste!
Ah! Nice finish. Oh, I get a lot of experience from that. Good. Unify me, then unify the Ming Empire itself. What's all the commotion over here? Your Excellency, what are you doing here? Excuse me, good sir. These officers here were just trying to get me to bribe them. You fools. My dear travelers, allow me to offer my deepest apologies for the trouble you've been caused. Oh, no need to apologize. This sort of thing happens all the time. Looks like you saved me again, friend. This is the perfect opportunity to pay you back for your help that fateful day, just as I promised. I've got something real special here that you're bound to like. Thomas produced a small bundle and pressed it into my hands. Go on, take it. It's yours. You know, I could actually still use your help. Truth be told, I'm looking to get into the tea business, and the market's just taken a huge hit. I'd like to buy up as much as I can now while the price is still low. Of course. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna get a lot of teas from it. Wow, I could really corner the market with this much. I'm going to be swimming in profit. Thomas left in high spirits, laughing jovially and beaming in delight.
Your soul surges in your body.
I was kind of afraid that would be the case. Oh well. Oh no, those other places disappeared because they're temporary. My rings Zihan. Things were slowly returning to normal in Yangguan. As I walked through town, I saw a man, possibly a merchant, who was being assailed by a group of masked ruffians. Desperate, he sought my help. More 0 gold? Golly. I hope I don't have to pay this guy too. Yeah, in Yangguan, it seemed as though life was beginning to return to normal. The people were finally starting to recover from the tragedy. Who are you? What are you doing? I heard voices coming from an alleyway up ahead. It sounded like trouble. A man dressed like a merchant came running out moments later. His slight form and hesitant gait made it clear he was not the source of any violence. Oh, thank goodness, a warrior! Please save me! The merchant moved to cower behind me just as the masked man stepped out of the alley. I found a weapon pointed at me. Hand him over, or you'll regret it. No.
Battle 1. Fight! No more! Battle 2. Fight! Take this! Too easy! I'm coming!
That. I owe you a great debt. Please let me make it up to you somehow. The man introduced himself as Jihan and led me to a tea house by a waterway. My family's business is in connecting mercenaries with clients. We also help people find bodyguards. We help find people bodyguards and the like. To cut to the chase, we're not exactly legitimate, so we operate a front to keep our more lucrative business out of sight. And just so you know, we're called the Five Rings. We run this city, or at least we used to. Jihan sighed and sipped at his tea. In our line of work, violence is only natural, right? Well, our syndicate is accustomed to dealing with it, pretty good at dishing it out too. But recently, my father Kongwang disappeared. Kongwang, a name I was familiar with. As you can probably guess by looking at me, I'm not one for fighting, so I don't command the respect that my father did. Since he went missing, my men have been deserting in droves. It sounded like Zihan Shihun now would never stop complaining, so I interrupted by asking about the masked man. Oh, he's one of the Silver Tigers. That's Lin Pei's gang. They run a town a few days' journey from here. They have a real grudge against my father. They'll take any chance they can to cause trouble. I know they've still got plenty of tricks in store for us, but I'm glad you were there to foil them today. Thanks again. Jihan smiled at me. He certainly didn't act like the heir of a powerful crime family. I couldn't help but feel worried about him. I felt a connection between us, at least because of Kongwang, and decided to check up on him again if the opportunity presented itself. Okay. Bounty for scoundrels. Men shall forget. I have no idea how much money that might be worth, but level 8. That I ought to go there too. Let's see. I think I'm going to start with what's that one? In Search of Strength again. Okay, we're gonna do some explorations around, get some levels up, and then maybe I'll go ahead and go take care of the wind. So we'll start going here. 600 gold, that's not bad. Combos do much less damage to defeat all opponents, so we just want to do single shots. Things like flame and stuff are probably good. Lingsheng's mountain temple, famous for its martial arts training, is my next destination. I was climbing Jinshin Shan to find it when a child's scream pierced the air. Oh boy, so that is. Surrounded by mountains, the Lingsheng's temple had a long history of martial arts tradition. However, the temple had fallen into disrepair, and no trace of its former glory was to be found. According to those living in the village nearby, a horrible disaster had befallen the temple a year earlier. As I made my way up the mountain path toward the ruins, I heard the shrill cries of children in the distance. The screams came from a young girl who was desperately wielding a staff in trembling hands, and a young boy. The two of them, most likely brother and sister, were being chased by what appeared to be bandits. A bandit was about to grab one of the children's arms when I intervened. Who the hell are you? You looking to get yourself killed or something? Yes, that is my mission in life, to get myself killed. That's why I wander around doing dangerous quests. It'd be easier to fall upon my own sword, but I like to make it difficult on myself.
Up prevail! Unstrike door! Ready!
Boom. Ta-da! Geralt drinks one of his Witcher potions in order to activate his soul charge. After feeding the bandits, I turned to find the children huddled together on the ground. Concerned as to what two children were doing alone in these ruins, I carefully asked them to explain themselves, making sure not to intimidate them in the process. We came to the nearby village to gather some wild veggies. Not many people know about this place. We didn't think there'd be anyone around here. But our dad actually told us to stay away from the Mshek's temple, but... Ow! Shh! He doesn't need to know that. It appeared as though the children hadn't told any adults they were coming here. When I urged them to hurry back to their village, the young girl became somewhat defensive. Grown-ups were just trying to scare us by telling us we'd go crazy or so that something bad would happen if we came here. It's fine. Other people come here too, you know. The young girl told me about the graves nearby and how they regularly had freshly laid flowers on them. Although some other people may come to the area, this was no place for children. Their being attacked by bandits was proof of that. When I pointed this out, the two agreed to return to their village, reluctantly admitting they shouldn't have been there to begin with. After seeing the children off to their village at the foot of the mountain, I decided to search for the graves they mentioned earlier. Not much time had passed before I found them. The burial site was peaceful, and the graves themselves were arranged beautifully, adorned with exquisite flowers. Though it was a mystery as to who left the flowers, I was not going to find the answer here. Interesting. That got me back some money, too. Okay. How much would it be to go here? Only $3.90. How is am I still low on health? No, my health is recovered, so yeah, I'll go ahead. Why not? Might be even cheaper if I were to go back and but whatever.
Stands in your way.
Already. So I'm already on this expedition. Level 15 warrior? Maybe I should use some of my food. Critical damage was 30%. Let's do some reversal edge follow-up damage. That sounds good. I didn't think there were any bonus effects. I didn't get those. Or something. Oh well, I'll find out when the battle starts. Reversal edges are less effective. Nope, your opponent's combos do more damage.
Fool! You can do this!
Ouch. I got vampire death by the style.
You can do this!
Too easy indeed. But because Geralt does... Oh, Vitus and Torlu, level 12. Holy cow. Destination. Okay, so this is Geralt style. It's critical rate, 8 set bonus. Soul gauge increases plus 20%. Wow, that is pretty awesome. Yes, indeed. That was well worth it just for that battle. Okay, bounty for scoundrels. Ooh, yes, recovery of soul gauge and health all the time. I accepted a request to eliminate the Blackguard who was troubled in the area. Apparently, the Brute had already defeated a number of mercenaries and battle injuries. One's health and soul gauge recover over time. Defeat them. Yeah, whatever. Problem. So anyway, Geralt drinks Witcher potions, activates Soul Charge. That's appropriate for Kain too, because in his story, alchemy was one of the many pursuits of magic that he also was experienced in.
Battle 1. Fight! You're mine, you dare! No more! Battle 2. Fight! Give it up, yes? I'll prevail! Showdown! Ready?
Oh, wow. Now Carabella and Anathema, level 13. That looks like it's even better. Okay, let's end the expedition here. Back up to 3,000 gold. 870 for this tournament, though. And that's another Insurge of Strength. So ones like that, things like Insurge of Strength and stuff that pop up are just kind of random ones, but the ones that have other titles are set pieces that you have plenty of time to get to. Let's see. Those are just areas I've explored. It's probably the Wing Shings Temple, which again, 20,000. Is it worth the 870? It's 810 for that. This is still like the shortest path. I have no idea, but let's try it. Shimazu Clan Tournament. Let's see, it's only level 8. Let's see how many things I have.
Stands in your way.
Already. Wow, level 16 Bandit. Yikes. Critical Edge does more damage, and a filter. Well, hopefully I won't get critical edged. Saber longsword blade style. Yep, this is probably the best overall
Surges in your body.
Level 13. And now a Northern Star for Xianghua and a Lizard Tail. That sounds extremely appetizing. Okay. The Shimazu, clan in southern Kyushu, famous for their martial arts prowess, were holding a tournament. 100 gold for the first one, that's kind of sad. Your opponent starts their battle with one bar of their soul gauge filled. Defeat them. Okay, that's fine. I saw a crowd gathered around a town bulletin board. I asked what the commotion was about and was told that the Shimazu clan, rulers of Satsuma province, were looking for warriors who could display their prowess in a private tournament. You look pretty tough. Anyone's welcome to join. Go on and give it a shot. It won't cost you anything. Wanting to test myself, I signed up and was immediately assigned my first match. I made my way to the specified arena. They have no idea what sort of mystical powers I wield.
Battle 1. Fight! Come on now! You can do this! This ends now! No more! Battle 2! Fight!
Problem. It's easy to expect from a level 8 Gamerings. Yeah, which we can go check out that one. Okay, now there's round 2. How much money is it going to be worth? 180. This might be able to do it for a while. Yep, let's see. Critical damage during soul charge is 15%. Critical rate is 7%. More overall damage. That and what does that mean that there's a blank space? I can put one somewhere else. I wonder if there's an item that lets you do that or not. Let's see. Sort settings, filter settings, delete. Let's go ahead and put the filter on the items. Items that will fetch. So I can't do anything with them. I made it to the second round of the tournament, and the air was filled with the sounds of clashing metal. Start with soldiers like Phil, that's nice. After I won my first bout, another opponent was sent to face me. Whoa, he's really won? Way to go. Alright then, I'm cheering for you from here on. Turning away from my sole fan to concentrate on my opponent, I assumed a ready stance.
Battle 1. Fight!
Hey, Major Takiwata, she's even got the same hairstyle for goodness sakes. That was 130 damage. That's 70 damage.
No more! Battle 2. Fight!
Getting free fire while it's soul charged is pretty cool. Getting to use all your spells for free. Of course, fire being the main one everyone's going to use. Okay, there's 180 more gold, more experience. Okay, what's next level? 15, round 3. Okay, one bar of my charge field. I made it through the second match, and a third opponent was called to fight me. The number of spectators was growing. The person I was up against also had the skill to make it this far. I would have to stay focused and aware. We bowed to each other and readied our weapons.
Battle 1. Fight!
Level 15 is a joke.
No more half measures. Battle 2. Fight!
That battle went a lot easier. I used up a bit too much soul bar though. You can do a flame into break edge, critical edge combo, so that's what I was trying to do. Level 20. I hate to leave already, but I'm not high enough level for, I think, for a level 20 yet. We're gonna end the expedition. 2960 about average for getting a lot of experience. I'm staying right around this 3000 right now. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can finish off the wind divination thing.
Stands in your way.
Didn't even check what that battle was. Oh well. If you go a very long way, that would take still too much. Having more encounters means you can money things. Your counter hits do more damage, so I don't want to do it. Luckily that was a easy ring out. Okay, moving on. eventually... Ooh, nice exorcism. Sadly, I won't get to keep any of these weapons for later on. It's just kind of sad that I need to do things. Arrived at destination. Spent 810. Okay, wind deity. I get 780 back if I do this. Okay, oh, the stage is slippery too. Okay. What food can I equip to make this easier? Critical damage is 30. 30 charge. Wow, high quality flowering tea every 25 seconds of recovery. I'm gonna go with that so I can spam fire. That's probably what I want to do here. As expected, she's also going to train me. Once on my return to the village of the Wind Deity, I once again met Cloud on top of the same hill. I was pleased to hear she remembered me too. On my way back to the village of the Wind Deity, Plata was again standing atop the hill where I had first met her, her eyes closed. She noticed me and walked over with a smile. I asked her what she had been doing. The same as before, listening to the wind's whispers, seeking news of imbalance and great events. It is part of my training, and a way to hone my powers as a priestess of the winds. The last time we'd met, she'd detected the presence of malevolent spirits. These priestesses must have supernatural abilities. I would love to take you to my village, but I have something to ask of you first. Apparently the village was holding a wind divination ritual in 2 days. Plata was to perform a sword dance to honor their gods, but she was feeling nervous. It is less of a dance and more of a practical demonstration of my skills. Our village's style is not just for show after all. However, I can only learn so much by practicing by myself, so I was wondering if you would help me. Plata looked a little flustered and nervous, but if it was just practice, I saw no harm in helping her. You really are a good person. Now let us begin. Winds, hear me. I dedicate this dance to you.
Battle 1. Fight!
Yep.
Battle 2. Fight!
Okay.
Final battle. Fight! No mercy! Stop! Take this! Give it up!
That was pretty close. When our practice was over, Plata led me to her village. Finally, I'm starting to feel confident about the ceremony. Thank you so much. The winds must have guided you to me. Did I tell you about my cousin, Tali? She's just begun practicing the sword dance. I want to be a good role model for her. Thinking of her cousin, a slight smile curved Plata's lips. The ritual is the day after tomorrow. Do come and watch. I'll tell the elders you'll be there. 2 days later, despite being a rather simplistic affair, the event showed me how devoted the villagers were to their faith. Plata walked alone into the center of the ring, and the dance began. Her movements were beautiful, graceful, and her sword sung through the air, whipping up a breeze around her. As her dance ended, she sent a gust of fresh wind in my direction, which swirled around me before fading into the distance. The ritual ended shortly after. I searched for Plata to say my farewells, but she was nowhere to be seen. I eventually found her on the hilltop when we first met. Forgive me. Plata's cheeks were wet with tears. I'm a priestess of the winds, and have much to do before the last priestess of the winds regains her strength. But I'm not strong enough. At the end of my sword dance, I sent the wind to you. It should have cleansed you of all the darkness you bear, but I failed. Tears rolled down her cheeks, and she hastily wiped them away. I wanted to lessen your burden. I stayed by her side until she regained her composure. The sun had begun to set, slowly turning the hill into a glorious mirage of red and orange. Thank you for coming to watch the ritual, Kain. If you visit again, I'll introduce you to Tali. 780 reward money. So I've nearly made back all the money I spent on this trip with everything else. There's probably potential for a third one, but it takes... okay, so... no more head there. So it doesn't look like you get like any advantage or something, but just interesting stuff. But I just about gained all out of all the money I spent on the trip, which is nice. Between the one encounter and that there. Next time I go on a longish encounter like that, I'm going to go use Black Onyx and see if I can get a couple of fights. I guess I'll keep going. Preparations complete. All that was left to do was depart. Howron was silent. The medicine had put him into some sort of deep slumber. Hey, Kain, did Hao-Yu tell you the news? According to Mitsurugi, the chaos in Yangguang had abated. I'll be staying in Yangguang. A ship should leave for Japan eventually. It seemed this was where Mitsurugi and I would part ways. I want to go with you, but with this injury, please help my brother. Hao-Yu saw us off as we left for Yingsheng-Su. So long, Kain, until we meet again. Safe journey, and take care. Interrogations. I headed towards Yingsheng-Su with the comatose Howron in tow, but ran into a group of soldiers on the road. Given my situation, the last thing I needed was any trouble, but that's what I got. Yay! Well, at least they're only level 10. This will get me free level 13. Ooh, 500 gold. Nice. Hey, stop there! You came from Yangguang, right? Everyone leaving Yangguang must submit to a thorough investigation. What's that you have there? Show me at once. Before I had a chance to protest, the soldier ripped open the cloth, revealing Howron. What the? Master Howron? What did you do to him? You'll pay for this. Seize him! Oh, nice. Yep. Yeah, that's the destiny of people who stick their noses into things and try to do good deeds. They will be punished or rewarded or something.
Battle 1. Fight! Battle 2. Fight! Do this.
Take some fire. I really like the reversal edge mechanic. Damn you, you're too strong! In an attempt to calm the soldier, I told him I was a friend of Hao-Yu's. I explained what happened to Howron and what I was hoping to do. So, he's not dead? It's also hard to believe. But you're right, he has a pulse! Master Howron taught me martial arts. Hao-Yu's a friend too. The soldier went quiet for a while, then nodded slightly and put away his sword. Okay, I believe you. You can go. Master Howron's fate is in your hands.
Your soul surges in your body.
Surges in your body. Wuchai now has another event. Members of the Dojang. Oh, goody. Hey, you're the one that was going toe-to-toe with the official here, aren't you? That was quite a gripping performance. The man who approached me appeared to be a peddler from Korea. He described himself as an avid spectator of martial arts, traveling the land in search of famous training halls as he sold his wares along the way. I'm not really the fighting type myself, you see, which is why I have so much respect for those with power. I may not be one to judge, but you seem much stronger than the masters of the famous Dojang in my hometown. Actually, that might be interesting. Why not go a few rounds with them? The merchant told me about the Songs, a family located just beyond the gates of Jirisan, his hometown in Korea. The current master of the Dojang was Hanmyeong, hailed by those who knew him as a god among martial artists. His family had earned the trust of the king and were known as the greatest martial artists in the country. There's not a soul in that town who doesn't know that family. You're the best of the best. It won't be easy to beat them, but you're clearly no pushover either, so it should be a good fight. If you're up to it, head over to the Song Dojang. The merchant chuckled as he bid farewell and went his way. Oh, goody. So that's going to open up a opportunity for something there. Level 14. 660 gold. Okay, which was this? Search of Strength level 60. Bounty for Scoundrels, that's 480. Maybe I'll track these down real quick and see what that puts me up to. Let's see. 3 enemies. Where the opponent waited at the end of my turn. Their pride is warriors and stage mechanic. Oh god. Stage is slippery and your opponents move more quickly. Maybe they'll run off the map then. Well, I could get lucky. Apparently, though, from the one failure I've had before, you can redo any of these adventures as often as you need to. You don't get anything from it, but at least it means that you don't really do something.
Too slow. You can do this. Showdown.
At least there's no stage to slide off of, so this just makes the ice confusing and devastating.
You're worthless. No mercy.
Kind of afraid of that. They're faster speed and the I do a lot of damage to the sword. I didn't even check out which gold this was worth, but hopefully 520. Good, that made up for the entire trip on its own. And some Voldo weapons. Oh, goody. Good aligned Voldo weapons. Oh, that one went away. Okay, and expedition. At least I made back my profit. Okay, let's visit Song Dojang. Ah, darn, didn't get an encounter. Thought that would net me one. A couple of disciples to start with. Merchant's words in mind, I visited the Song Dojang. Unfortunately, the infamous warrior I'd hoped to meet was absent, so instead I found myself sparring with some of his pupils. After arriving in Jirisan, I made my way to the dojang the merchant had mentioned, the Song Dojang. I was greeted by a pupil and told him the reason for my visit. Unfortunately, my master is currently away. He may be back this evening, but he will be leaving on another journey early in the morning. I'm afraid I cannot let a stranger into the dojang without my master's permission. Perhaps if you come back in about 10 days from now. I had other things to do, so I couldn't afford to stay in town long enough for his master to return. Detecting my disappointment, the pupil looked sympathetic. I can't let you into the dojang, but many of the younger pupils are training outside. Since you've come all this way, you're more than welcome to join them. Viewing this as a prime opportunity to learn more about the song style, I thanked the man and made my way over to where the pupils were training. Now, will this lead to an encounter with... Yun's Song is probably too young to be a point. We could encounter Sung Mina or... Bong at some point. Yes. After completing my sparring matches with the Song Dojang pupils, I set off toward the inn. You there! Wait a minute! I hadn't realized there was someone nearby. Caught unawares, I took a defensive stance. There's no need to be alarmed. I am Song Han Myong, master of the Song Dojang. It seems he had seen my sparring matches with his pupils on his way back to the Dojang. You're quite an impressive fighter. Only my most advanced pupils were able to provide you a challenge. Am I right to assume you are a traveler? I told Han Myong of the merchant and my reason for paying a visit to the Dojang. I apologize for not being able to spar with you myself. Should you ever come into the area again, please pay a visit to the Dojang. Also, having seen how capable you are, I have something to ask you. Han Myong asked me to inform him if I ever saw or heard anything about his only daughter who had run away from home. He said her name was Sung Mina, and that she was proficient in the fighting techniques passed down for generations in the Sung family, even went as far as to say her skills surpassed his own. She ran away from home not long ago and left a note saying she'd headed west in search of the Sword of Salvation. I tried to stop her, but she's a stubborn one. Once she sets her mind on something, there's no convincing her otherwise. I don't know where she gets that foolishness from. He spoke harshly of his daughter, but the expression on his face showed how concerned he was for her well-being. I won't be able to rest easy until she's back here, so I can teach her a proper lesson. I realize it's unfair for me to ask this of someone I just met, but please, help me find my daughter. Kind of makes sense. I just did the Sung Mina storyline and found that, yeah, she was roughly, she was about this time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the story now. So let's head on to Longzhou and learn about the mysterious old man. According to Hao Yu, Ling Shengzi was nearby. However, neither it nor any of the monks were to be seen. Without warning, the pain in my head grew almost unbearable. Are you okay? It was an old white-haired man. This is not good. Stay still. Om Vajrayuse Svaha. Buddhist prayer of some sort, I'm sure, in Indian. Does that feel a little better? How the old man was able to ease my pain, I don't know, but I thanked him profusely. On second glance, this was no ordinary old man. He had piercing blue eyes and appeared in peak physical condition. From his bearing, he was a powerful warrior. I recalled what Hao Yu had said about a legendary martial arts master who taught at Ling Shengzi. Apparently, the master only left his meditations to pass on his knowledge. The man standing before me fit Hao Yu's description. He had to be the one I sought. Hastily, I told him everything. But Hao Yu had told me how Howron had become a malfested about the medicine I received from the man in black. I see. As he listened to my story, his expression grew serious. Follow me. Now we can travel to Ling Shengzi Temple. The Burden of Fate. Haha, this is probably going to be Keeling. My journey led me to a temple constructed in a cave deep in the mountains where an elderly man had a request for me. Let's see. Gold plus 10%. Okay. Oh, actually, well, maybe I should save that for an even higher level there, because it's probably going to be more. This is likely. This is still only chapter 2, so. Health recover 50% when it's 0. Turmeric. Dark gauge damage plus 3%. Okay, whatever. The man led me to a beautiful temple deep in the mountains, surrounded by clear bubbling streams. Not a person was in sight. We entered a comfortable, if sparse, stone room, and the man took his ease. Is there anything you would like to ask me? How about Howron's condition? It appears that the evil has not consumed him completely yet. I may be able to help you restore him. However, it is he who must cast off the darkness that has afflicted him. Only if his heart is strong enough can he be saved. How about the medicine I gave you? It appears to be an ancient medicine from Western Europe. It could only have been made with knowledge long thought lost. Likely only those who have inherited a long history and great purpose still possess the skill and knowledge to craft it. You are special. A great power sleeps within you. You have been swept up in a grand destiny, and where it will take you is uncertain. There is a young man here who has a similar fate. I would like you to spar with him. Confused though I was, I saw no reason to refuse his request. He had agreed to help save Howron, so I happily accepted. Yep. And this is the fight in the Soul Chronicle that I was talking about. Keelik, your next opponent awaits. Who's this? Fight, and perhaps the answer will become clear. As you wish, Master. I hope I fare better than my computer AI-controlled counterpart did when I beat him up with Keelik. 10 points for me. Yes! Guessing games.
Battle 1. Fight!
Thank you for indulging me in this battle.
Oh, how did that track?
Not quite.
Oh.
This is not real.
Oh, yes.
Battle 2. Fight! See! Stay It must be done! Too close! This is Harry! It must be done!
Your A attack is the most powerful one in the reversal edge because it gets follow-up attacks.
No more!
I feel my spirit surging.
Fight!
This is what a true fight is all about.
No mercy! Stop!
Not good.
Take this!
Definitely need to create Kain in regular custom as well. You can't. One of the things some people are sad about is you can't transfer this character to your main setup, but you can recreate them almost exactly so that you learn something. Yes, I saw equilibrium barely maintained between self and darkness. I see. Then the time has almost come. Master, do not concern yourself. Well off with you. You have yet to finish your daily training. Yes, Master. Keelik bowed and left. The sun had set, but it appeared he still had training to do. Hidden record, Keelik. And about to level again at 900 gold. Problems to be faced. Returning to the temple, I asked the old man if I had been of help. When the time comes, all will be clear. Howron had showed no sign of waking. I had no choice but to leave him with the old man, though I wasn't sure if he could help. He seems to have been a devoted martial artist. His body is strong, so I expect he will wake up in good time. I remembered that Howron had said he had trained in order to gain control of himself. Those faced with evil must face themselves. Howron knew he had darkness in his heart. Could he live with his sins? The only one with that answer was Howron. It would no doubt be a difficult question to face. You too will have to answer sooner or later. Startled, I looked at the old man. He stared at me intensely, his eyes filled with wisdom and sadness. It was as though there was nothing he didn't know. Before I knew it, I was telling him about everything that had happened to me. He listened calmly and patiently. I see, so you are another who wishes to seize their own destiny. My head began to throb, reminding me I needed to find an astral fissure. I explained that I had to go to Crow Reina and thanked the old man for his help with Howron. He nodded. Keelik approached me as I was preparing to leave. Hello, Kain. Master told me to help you prepare for the treacherous mountain roads ahead. We hadn't known each other long, but I felt a connection to Keelik. I have a feeling our paths will cross again. When we do, I hope we can have a rematch. Keelik saw me off, and I began my journey to Crow Reina. Rustland, ringouts to say, the cart I happened across was stacked high with weapons. The gigantic man at its helm, however, appeared loath to share and demanded something from me. Low attacks, huh? This is interesting. On the way to Crow Reina, I came across a wagon packed full of weapons. Likely an arms merchant, I mused over where the cart was heading, when suddenly the cart shuddered to a stop. The cart shook as a huge man stepped down. He was as big as a boulder. You hold strong weapon. I am Ruslan. Strong weapon is for strong person only. You look weak. Boss should have weapon. Ruslan came at me, swinging his giant axe. It was clear there was no reasoning with him, so I hurriedly drew my weapon. Oh, a weapon merchant. Is this like Voldo's master? He's supposed... When did Voldo's master die? I can't remember the lore. Voldo's pretty insane because he worshipped his master. His master was dead, leaving nothing to guard. But he was a weapon collector, though, not a seller. But...
Gotcha. No more. Battle 2. Fight. Do this. Defense now.
The fight ended when Ruslan's gigantic body struck the cart, causing an avalanche of weapons to fall on top of him and pin him to the ground. Cut on. Move. Some of the weapons looked like they would come in handy on my journey. Oh, I'll steal a weapon, yeah. You are strong, but boss is stronger. Strength all that matters. Who cares what weak little you want? Keep your weapon for now, but I know your spell. Next time I take weapon.
Your soul surges
Yes,
in your
another
body.
900 gold. More gold, more. I eventually need a lot. Message. Claurena was near. I would likely arrive before sundown. Two people appeared, seemingly out of thin air. They were all dressed in all in black like the man in Yangguang. Hey there. Easy now. We have a message for you. Sir Gro is waiting for you, Claurena. Gro? Was that the man in black's name? Dion, I am still not sure it is wise to trust him. Fret not, Natalie. Remember that Oswell is no doubt nearby. Which means we are needed back at base. Exactly. It would be difficult for us to assist Sir Gro in this. The best thing we can do right now is stand aside. Humph. You there, head to the Astral Fissure. Our message is delivered, so we take our leave of you. With that, they both simply vanished. Something was happening, that was for sure, and it sounded like time was of the essence. Thinking back, the Astral Fissure in Yangguang had disappeared quite suddenly. Now I learned a little bit more about Dion and Natalie as well. The messengers were telling the truth. When I arrived at the Astral Fissure in Claurena, the man in black, Ro, was waiting for me. He was not alone. Your opponents have gone berserk, gaining increased attack power. Defeat them all! Okay. The Astral Fissure floated in the air above the weathered ruin. It cast an ominous light, distorted ever so slightly by the scorching heat of the desert. I thrust both my arms into the Astral Fissure. A stream of power surged through me. Dot dot dot. Well, now this is a sight to behold. The man in black, Ro, appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Answer me, why do you seek the power of the Astral Fissure? I'll tell him. I quickly described what had happened to me and told him that I would die without the power of the Astral Fissures. Much of your story rings false, but some of what you say does match our information. I shall give you the benefit of the doubt. Next time we meet, I will have answers from you, but I have more pressing matters to attend to now. Aswell, he will no doubt appear soon. If what you say is true, he is your enemy too. Ro fell silent. Who was this Aswell? The qualifiers had mentioned the name too. I waited with Gro, a feeling of unease growing in my chest. Blessed be, the astral fissures actually disappeared. As well. Why, if it isn't my darling Gro, how on earth have you been? I came to retrieve the spirit sword fragment from your filthy hands to make you pay for your crimes with your life. I'd expect nothing less of the Aval organization's top dog. Such mindless loyalty. You simply wouldn't be you without it. Oh, have you been making friends, Gro? I thought my memory was second to none, but I failed to recall seeing this character while I was still with the organization. Well, color may be fuddled. You're an odd one, aren't you? Why on earth would you be here if you aren't with the organization? No, don't tell me. Let me guess for myself. Yes, I see. In the blink of an eye, his expression and manner went from mockingly ostentatious to contemplative, his tone sharp and serious. You must be the one who took care of the astral fissure that was here, correct? Ha 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 ha! Oh, happy days, to think I'd meet someone like you, and I got to see my little Gro, too. Wonderbar! Well, hello there. You were involved in everything that happened in India, correct? Fascinating. You exude the same aura as an astral fissure. Question mark? Oh, I see! Oh, how intriguing! Such an interesting specimen. It's clear why my darling Gro would be smitten with you. Well, it appears the stage is set for you and I to put on a wondrous performance. Ah, fight over astral fissures. Such a dramatic setting. I can barely contain my excitement. I simply cannot wait to meet you again. Adieu. You will not escape. Gro moved to pursue Aswell, but the strange man's minion stood in his path. This is just a little gift from me to you, my darling Gro. Doesn't it just bring back memories of your little friend, Curtis? You bastard! These inconsequential creatures are merely failed experiments, but they pose quite the threat in a group, don't they? Oh, how scary! But please, save your glares for someone who cares. You think I feel no pain? I feel for them, I do, but they were a necessary step on the path to humanity's salvation. Ah, such tragedy! I can hardly bear it. Anyhow, while I do enjoy our conversations, every moment I must endure these wretches' company pains me to no end. On Oswell's command, the malfested soldiers attacked. So now the main villain has taken center stage. And like any good villain, you don't get to fight him at the start, he leaves minions in the path. Oh, only two? I thought there'd be a lot more. Another couple easy peasy fights.
Your soul surges in your body.
Okay. That's a lot of experience. Oh yeah, of course it was a astral fissure. Those give you the most experience. The Aval organization. By the time we had dispatched the malfested soldiers, Aswell was nowhere in sight. I believe we're done here. Gro was a formidable warrior. Likely could have handled all of these enemies alone. Let's ask him about Aswell. I do not know his ultimate goal, but he is absorbing the power of the astral fissures in his pursuit. That is why I said he is your enemy. Aswell is also a traitor to our organization. One of my missions is to dispose of him. After everything that happened, Gro seemed a little more open to questions. I asked him to tell me more about his group. The Aval organization's purpose is to destroy those who have lost their humanity. Outsiders. I'm still unsure whether or not you are one of them. You have absorbed astral fissures, so normally I would not hesitate to dispose of you. But let us make a deal. Judging by your movements up to this point, you do not know where the astral fissures will appear, correct? We can provide you with that information. In return, you work with us to take care of the fissures. Know that your answer here will help me decide whether or not you are an outsider who must be destroyed. What say you? I believe it to be an attractive offer. Ro was spot on when he told me an astral fissure would appear in Corena. Such information would be incredibly useful to me. At the moment, I had no way of knowing where to head next. After some consideration, I took Ro up on his offer. Your power will help us achieve our goal. However, if I detect any sign of treachery, I will cut you down where you stand. First, we must depart this desert. Once that has been accomplished, I will tell you where to find the next astral fissure. By this storyline, Kain came out of an astral fissure, so in one sense he is an outsider. Knife of Rage. Not a lot of good places around here to search right now, so ooh, wow. The desert sand stretched to the horizon in all directions when Ro suddenly stopped. He stared into the distance, his gaze focused on the tent. This looks dangerous. Well, no guts, no glory. I continued along the desert road for what felt like ages. No longer interested in the unchanging scenery around me, I quietly trudged forward with my eyes on the path ahead of me. Ro stopped abruptly and stared at the sand dune in front of us. I strained to see what was holding his attention, but I could see nothing. There are 8 outsiders just beyond the dune up ahead. There are 3 in the shadow of that rock on the right. I asked him how he knew that. When he turned around to face me, his left eye seemed to glow red for a moment. I will take care of those in front. You handle the rest. Let's go. A message for the man in black? Okay, if you say so. I have one. I should have gotten some food for this or something. Or come some health at least. Not enough. I'm dead. Yikes! Level 22 is not no joke.
Now lays here to rest.
Probably don't lose anything if I were to quit, because I'm doing it for food or coming back.
Now behave.
Do this! Showdown!
Battle left.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
Okay, come on.
I'm coming!
Much better.
You can do this!
Oh, so easy. Yeah, spam a couple of abilities and step so easy that time. I just don't know. Whatever. Kind of sad that they freeze you when you win a battle, so you don't get to do stuff. I always like doing something. Those were similar to the Malfested we fought in Corena. prorata, whatever it is. Aswell most likely sent them to slow us down. Do you love my changing pronunciations? I stole a glance at Ro as he looked down at the Malfested he had defeated. His normally stoic, emotionless face was flushed with a tinge of anger. Perhaps it had something to do with that Malfested-like aura he gave off earlier. There's no need for you to know that, though I would imagine you weren't satisfied with that answer. Ro pointed to the lens he was wearing over his left eye. I just think of it as a feature of this lens. You're just imagining things, however. Ro paused for a moment, then averted his gaze and muttered softly. When Aswell is involved, I do have a tendency to become emotional. I admit that. If we stay here much longer, we'll play right into Aswell's hands. We should hurry. Starting to get some money. That's good. It'll allow me to go explore. How high level is this? Level 22. Obviously, I can get into this more experience. Let's change location. Where is here? Let's go to Daigon. Do a bounty for scoundrels. Request to eliminate Blackheart who's troubling the area. Everything else disabled, took 60 gold is all, so I'm not getting a whole lot of money back for most of these, unfortunately.
Battle 1. Fight! I'll prevail! Showdown! Is this round? Not yet! No mercy! No battle 2. Fight!
Out of experience. An evil Sophitia sword, I don't need. Nothing else around here to explore. Let's see. This weird thing. Search a stream, low level. Bounty for scoundrels, low level. That would cost me probably close to 1,000 altogether. They're kind of low level. How much are you now? Maybe I'll go ahead and make that double trip. Chong is going to be closest. 780 gold. That's not too bad.
Stands in your way.
Warrior stands in my way. Level 15 Lizard Man. That'd be nice. Extra experience.
Your soul surges
Yes.
in your body.
1,500 gold. Definitely worth it. Okay, time for our semi-final tournament. Warriors' eyes are as sharp as their blades at the Shimazu Clan's tournament. I made it to the semi-finals. I had fought my way into the semi-finals. Spectators thronged the arena cheering for their favorite fighters. I've been rooting for Kain from the start. Heck, I'm the one who told him to join the tournament. It seemed I had attracted no small number of admirers, with their shouts to spur me on. I readied myself. Just like a lot of RPGs, when you go on side quests and stuff, it does, you know, the main story is paused, that it really doesn't matter.
One. Fight!
Stay still!
Tough, tough.
Battle 2. Fight!
Stay still! Still going!
I'm not done!
Yeah, you are. That was pretty tough. I wonder how the finals is going to be. Level 25. As I've come all this way, though, I think I'd rather go ahead and try and finish it. Gotta get some good food in me. 28. Ooh boy. Not that much damage, though. It was do or die at the Shimazu Clan's tournament. The stage was set for the final. Permanently soul charged. Wow. 3,000 gold. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Guard impact. Critical damage was 30% during your soul charge. That's actually probably really valuable right now since we're both in permanent soul charge. A group of important-looking samurai, Shimazu clan retainers, sat on a row of stools by the arena waiting for the match to begin. It was time for the final fight of the tournament. I had come this far. I took on a fighting stance, determined to win. Yes, indeed. A bonus 300 gold would have been okay as well, but I'm going to save it for like at least the 5,000 that wizard tail.
Battle 1. Fight!
You're nothing! Taste power! Be gone!
Boy,
Eternal sleep!
Weak.
No mercy!
darn, it's so hard to get to reach with that.
Taste power! Be gone! Eternal sleep!
Ouch. That was not fun.
Weak.
Battle 2! Fight! No mercy! Stop! Take this! Give it up! No more!
Final battle.
Fight! Taste power! Be gone! Eternal sleep!
God, those little 28 guys, good.
Weak.
No mercy! Stop! Take this! Give it up! Not yet.
Take that, wench. Hooah. Whew. Yeah, that was close, but worth it. Hopefully this will get me a battle level of experience. You did it, Kain. I always knew I had a good eye for fighters. The judge called the fight and the crowd roared. I was the victor. A samurai seated near the center of the group stood and walked over to me. That was a marvelous display of skill. The Lord wishes to hire you if you're not bound to another. What say you? I declined, stating that I was on a personal mission. The old samurai sighed and handed me a heavy sack of coins as a reward. With someone like you with us. Alas, send word if you have a change of heart. The gates of the Shimazu clan remain open to you. Booyah. 3,000 gold. Send me experience 4 style points. Boom, now I got some money. A couple more random places opened, but I think I'm going to end my expedition here. Let's go ahead and move on to the East Tamarkan Desert. The Ascended Warrior. On Gro's orders, we made our way through the desert, where, once again, the 2 qualifiers appeared. This time, however, Vultro had changed considerably. Oh boy. Only the one enemy, though. Congealed Blood Garnet. Only reduce it below a certain level to win, at least. The wind does not bode well. Pick up the pace. You don't get a lot of experience for higher level things here. Hey, your breathing is ragged. Can you continue? I'm fine. I'm tough. Lies cannot fool me. You've been dragging your legs for some time. Enemies are approaching. It is okay to act strong, but in battle you must be strong. Ready yourself. It's been a long time, Gro. So you still haven't washed your hands of that pathetic little group of yours? What a fool. You don't know beauty when you see it. If you still insist on opposing Lord Aswell, I will have to strip your flesh from your bones here and now. Try it. The ones who cannot escape death are traitors like Aswell. And you. Always barking, aren't you? Come, Vultro. Show them the results of the experiments. Shut your mouth. You don't give me orders. I'm going to use the power Lord Aswell gave me to crush you. Sorry I can't add a bait or malfested filter by voice or anything for those voice acting. I can only do what I can. I was murderizing him, and it's going to prove too strong. Ah, you cannot hurt me. Oh, it was a laugh. Vultro was a large man, but the strength and stamina he showed now was unnatural. Now you know the power of an ascended warrior. This is the fruit of Lord Aswell's research. Lord Aswell told me about his experiments on you, Gro. He said you were of great help to him. Lord Aswell spoke highly of you. You were the first subject infected with malfestation to be able to retain their sense of self, after all. I see. Now, Vultro, unleash your full power. Repay your debt to Lord Aswell. I would love it if you used your power too, Gro. I'm thrilled at the prospect of observing how our older experiments measure up against our latest masterpiece. Ah, this mission truly is a thing of beauty. Lord Aswell chose me. I have surpassed the human race. When I finally passed the test, he smiled. He gave me his love. I'll crush you with the power Lord Aswell gave me. Vultro charged us with unbelievable speed. Instinctively, I closed my eyes and braced for impact. There was a dull thud, and Vultro cried out in confusion and dismay. I opened my eyes to see Gro blocking Vultro with only his left arm. Surpassed the human race? Is that what Aswell said? Gro's voice was dripping with murderous intent, and the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Gro's left eye was glowing with a malicious blood-red light. Very well. You wish to know what it is like to surpass the human race? Then know this, outsider! Ah! In a flash, Vultro fell to the ground, spurting blood. Deliver this message to Aswell for me. Perform whatever experiments, create whatever soldiers you like. It doesn't matter. All who stand in my way will die. No, this isn't beautiful at all. Daniel and his allies fled into the swirling winds of the growing sandstorm. Only once they had completely disappeared did Grow relax and the deadly aura gave off a bait.
Your soul surges in your body.
Congealed blood guarding. Okay. Ooh, well, that's been going on for a couple of hours now. I think it's time for a good break. This chapter 1 was really short. Chapter 2 is really, really long. We've got so much still going on here. But this will be it here, so thanks for watching, and I will be continuing some more, probably doing other stuff the rest of the day, but tomorrow morning I'll do some, but then tomorrow afternoon-ish, depending on your time zone, is going to be Soulcalibur's tournament, not tournament, but just a straight marathon of speedruns of the entire main Soulcalibur series. We have Soul Edge, Soulcalibur, Soulcalibur 2. I'll be doing the Soulcalibur 3 Chronicles of the Sword, and then we've got runs for Soulcalibur 4 and 5 after that. So that's going to be doing most of the day, starting early morning-ish. I want to say it's going to start about 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I think I can dig through some things to find out. Where is... Just give me a moment. Okay, there we are. Ferraro.org/Soulcalibur/schedule. 12 o'clock Eastern Time is actually when it's going to start. Right now. That's where they have it scheduled for. Okay, I think they're starting a bit later than they had before, but... So, at noon Eastern, 10 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock Pacific, other times according to your time schedule. On the Speedy Fists channel on Twitch, we'll be running that Soulcalibur Marathon, so come on over and check us out then. And until next time, see you later.